The history of modern North Korea begins with the division of the Korean peninsula at the 38th parallel following World War II. The Soviet Union occupied the north, while the United States occupied the south. This division led to the formation of two separate governments, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea, and the Republic of Korea, South Korea. In 1950, the Korean War erupted when North Korea invaded South Korea. The conflict, which involved a United Nations-led force primarily composed of American troops, resulted in a devastating loss of life and widespread destruction. The war ended in 1953 with an armistice, not a peace treaty, leaving the Korean peninsula divided. The Kim dynasty, the foundation of North Korea's unique political system, was laid by Kim Il-sung, who became the country's first leader. He established a totalitarian regime based on a cult of personality, where he was revered as the great leader. Kim Il-sung's son, Kim Jong-il, succeeded him upon his death in 1994. Kim Jong-il continued his father's policies, further isolating the country and implementing a strict command economy. During his reign, North Korea experienced severe economic hardship, leading to widespread famine in the late 1990s. Kim Jong-un, the youngest son of Kim Jong-il, assumed power in 2011. He has continued the family's authoritarian rule, but has also pursued a more aggressive foreign policy, including nuclear weapons and missile programs. A hermit kingdom, North Korea remains one of the world's most isolated and secretive nations. The government maintains tight control over its citizens, limiting their access to information and freedom of expression. The country's economy is heavily reliant on state control, and its people endure significant hardships, including food shortages and poor living conditions. Despite international sanctions and diplomatic efforts, North Korea has persisted in its nuclear ambitions, raising concerns about regional security and global stability. The regime's erratic behavior and unpredictable actions have made it a source of tension and uncertainty in the Asia-Pacific region. The future of North Korea remains uncertain, as the country grapples with economic challenges, human rights abuses, and international isolation. A key aspect of North Korea's political ideology is Juche, self-reliance. This philosophy, developed by Kim Il-sung, emphasizes the importance of self-sufficiency and national independence. Juche is ingrained in every aspect of North Korean society, from education to the economy. The Kim family has been elevated to near-divine status in North Korea. The cult of personality surrounding the Kims is pervasive, with their images and statues adorning public spaces. The regime uses propaganda to glorify the Kim family and instill loyalty among the population. North Korea has a notorious human rights record. The regime operates a vast network of political prison camps, where detainees are subjected to torture, forced labor, and starvation. Freedom of speech, assembly, and religion are severely restricted, and dissent is brutally suppressed. North Korea's nuclear weapons program has been a major source of international concern. The regime has conducted numerous nuclear tests and missile launches, defying UN Security Council resolutions and international sanctions. North Korea's relations with other countries have been strained, particularly with South Korea, the United States, and Japan. However, in recent years, there have been periods of diplomatic engagement, including high-level summits between North Korean and South Korean leaders, as well as between North Korea and the United States. North Korea's military and economic struggles. North Korea maintains a large and well-equipped military, which it uses to deter potential threats and project power. However, the country's economy is heavily reliant on state control and faces significant challenges, including chronic food shortages and poor infrastructure. The role of propaganda plays a crucial role in shaping public opinion in North Korea. The state-controlled media constantly extols the virtues of the Kim family and the Juche ideology. The regime uses propaganda to instill loyalty, suppress dissent, and justify its policies. International relations and sanctions. North Korea's international relations have been largely characterized by isolation and confrontation. The country has faced numerous rounds of UN Security Council sanctions in response to its nuclear and missile programs. Despite these sanctions, the regime has continued to develop its weapons programs and maintain a defiant stance towards the international community. The impact of COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic has further exacerbated North Korea's economic and humanitarian challenges. The country imposed strict border closures, which disrupted trade and aid flows. The pandemic has also highlighted the fragility of North Korea's healthcare system and its limited capacity to respond to public health crises. The future of North Korea remains uncertain. The country's leadership faces significant challenges, including economic stagnation, human rights abuses, and international isolation. However, the regime's determination to maintain its nuclear program and its authoritarian rule suggests that significant change may be slow to come. The daily life of North Koreans. Life in North Korea is starkly different from life in most other countries. The government exerts strict control over every aspect of citizens' lives, from where they live and work to what they think and believe. Daily life is characterized by hardship and deprivation. Food shortages are common, and access to basic necessities like electricity and clean water is often unreliable. Education is heavily politicized, with students indoctrinated in the cult of personality surrounding the Kim family. Despite these challenges, North Koreans are resilient and resourceful. They find ways to cope with the harsh realities of life under a totalitarian regime. Informal markets, known as jangmadang, have emerged, allowing people to trade goods and services outside of the state-controlled economy. However, the risks of engaging in such activities are significant. Those caught engaging in unauthorized economic activity can face severe punishment, including imprisonment or even execution. The future of North Korea. The future of North Korea remains uncertain. While there have been periods of diplomatic engagement and hopes for denuclearization, the country's long-term trajectory is difficult to predict. The regime's commitment to its nuclear program and its authoritarian rule pose significant challenges to regional and global security. It is important to note that the information available about North Korea is often limited and filtered through state-controlled media. The true extent of the human suffering and the complexities of life inside the country remain largely unknown. A new era of tension and uncertainty. In recent years, North Korea has continued to push the boundaries of international norms and provoke global tensions. Under Kim Jong-un's leadership, the regime has accelerated its nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs, conducting numerous tests and defying international sanctions. One of the most significant developments in recent years has been the increasing alignment between North Korea, Russia, and China. This strategic partnership has raised concerns about the potential for increased regional instability and a new Cold War-like dynamic. North Korea's growing ties with Russia have also led to increased military cooperation and arms trade. Despite intermittent diplomatic efforts and summits between North Korean and South Korean leaders, as well as between North Korea and the United States, significant progress towards denuclearization and lasting peace on the Korean peninsula has been elusive. The regime's intransigence and its willingness to escalate tensions have made it difficult to find a diplomatic solution. The future of North Korea remains uncertain. The country's isolation, economic hardships, and nuclear ambitions pose significant challenges to regional and global security. While the international community continues to seek a peaceful resolution to the North Korean issue, the regime's actions suggest that a long and complex path lies ahead. The impact of global events on North Korea. The ongoing geopolitical shifts and global events have had a significant impact on North Korea. The Russia-Ukraine war, for example, has provided opportunities for North Korea to strengthen its ties with Russia and potentially acquire advanced military technology. Additionally, the rise of China as a global power has provided North Korea with a powerful ally and economic lifeline. China has been a key player in mitigating the impact of international sanctions on North Korea and has provided substantial economic and diplomatic support. The future of North Korea. The future of North Korea remains uncertain. While there have been periods of diplomatic engagement and hopes for denuclearization, the regime's intransigence and its commitment to nuclear weapons have hindered progress. Several key factors will shape North Korea's future. The Kim Jong-un regime. The health and stability of Kim Jong-un will have a significant impact on the country's future. Any potential leadership change could lead to increased uncertainty and instability. International pressure. The international community, particularly the United States, South Korea, and Japan, will continue to exert pressure on North Korea to denuclearize. However, the effectiveness of sanctions and diplomatic efforts remains to be seen. Economic development. North Korea's economic development will be crucial for its long-term stability and prosperity. The regime will need to implement significant reforms and attract foreign investment to improve the lives of its people. Social and cultural change. As younger generations come of age, there may be growing calls for change and reform. However, the regime's strict control over information and society will make it difficult for any significant social or political change to occur. The future of North Korea is a complex and multifaceted issue. While there is hope for a more peaceful and prosperous future,